and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And what even is going on anymore? I don't even know how to start it.
I know. How are we doing, folks?
Yeah, how's everybody?
How's everyone hanging in there? How are you hanging in there,
How am I hanging in?
Yeah.
I'm doing my best. I still am very fortunate. I still have a job and I am still working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So my weekdays are an adjustment to trying to just like work in my own house. But every other moment after that, it's just, I don't know, tiny moments of distraction between crippling anxiety at every moment. I don't even know. I don't
Yeah.
know what day it is. I'm really bad at sleeping, not good at eating on time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it does, I will say, it feels very nice to be in this studio right now. We wanted to keep things, wanted to try and keep things normal for you guys.
Some form of normalcy,
And
least.
our governor has decided that recording podcasts is an essential business. So we are legally allowed to be here. We're
Yep.
sitting in the biggest studio, far away from each other,
Yeah, we're
following
6
all the
feet
rules.
apart. We wiped down all the equipment, and there's Purell. Where'd you guys get hand sanitizer? There's
Oh, we've had it
Purell on the-
forever. Because people already, I feel like we started out in a good spot because before this, people were already weird about this. Like,
Yeah.
the studio needs to be clean. Everyone talks into the same
Absolutely.
microphones and wears the same stuff. So we've always had like high disinfectant procedures. So we were lucky in that we have lots of cleaning products here in the office.
Yeah, that is lucky. And you guys now, you've been working from home for what, 3 weeks now?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. But anyway, I don't know. I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Watching old K-pop stuff. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but I'm very behind on whatever may or may not be going on in the actual K-pop world right now. I feel disconnected and behind.
Yeah, I'm not really caught up on anything aside from like I've watched all of Going 17, of course, because they're my only joy. No, they're not my only joy, but they are a large source of it.
Yeah, how are you
yeah.
doing? I know it's like been a minute, but last week you were feeling creative about your 17 standees and made some fun videos on our Twitter.
Yep, I have many more. I only put out 2, but I have a total of like 5. And I have 2 other videos in mind that I haven't made yet, but I know like what I want to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I don't have a TikTok. But whatever, I'll probably put them on my Instagram or something.
Yeah. It's very easy to get a TikTok. I have one. I've only put up one thing.
I know, but part of me is afraid of TikTok for some reason. I like don't want to get one.
It is a little scary.
Yeah.
But that's a good segue into something that I wanted to talk about today, which is a new thing we have that is not a scary app to use.
True.
During this quarantine time, two of our lovely listeners got together and created us and asked me about K-pop Discord server.
Mhm. What is Discord? I had never heard of it before.
I had heard of it, but I had never touched it either. It's basically just it's an app or a website on your phone, and there's little communities, and I hesitate to use the word chat room because I feel like chat room implies that there's like a lot of people on and the text is just like constantly flying. I feel like it's more of like a message board.
Sure.
And that there's lots of different channels, like for different groups or like episode discussion or episode suggestions or here's what I cook for dinner tonight. Like there's channels for things.
Yeah.
And then you can just like leave a little message and someone might respond to it later. Like the point is that like right now at least, we'll see what happens. But right now at least there's not enough people in there that it's like a constant stream of chat that you're It's not like a live chat you're missing out on. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like people are leaving messages for each other to read whenever.
Yeah, and you can go back and read the previous messages. So you can, if you wanted to, like catch up on everything, on all of the discussions that have happened so far. But yeah, it's not really a live chat. Like sometimes people do happen to be on there at the same time. But we also have noticed that a lot of the people who've joined are from like all over the world.
Yeah, so the time zones differences.
Yeah, people are dealing with a lot of time zone differences. But it's fun. It's basically just like I guess it's like a building that is for us, and then each room is for a different topic of discussion that you can participate in, and it's fun. And it's really nice because I know a lot of people message us and they tell us that they don't have anyone that they can talk to about K-pop in real life, so they like, that's part of the reason they like listening to us. And so here, this is a really easy way, like aside from Twitter and Instagram, it's like an easier way to start conversations with people who have similar interests.
Yes, and I just really want more people on it and talking on it every day because like I gotta get off Twitter for my own mental sake. I hate how much I've been on Twitter lately.
Same.
And it's all doom and gloom and anxiety on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be in our little AMA K-pop Discord building. I like that description. But yeah, we have so many channels for so many things. Join it, come talk. If you want to have a channel for something specific we don't have already, just ask in the general. We can make it for you really easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want y'all to be talking in there more because I want to talk to you more. I wish I don't, as far as I know, our Discord is called AMA K-pop Pod. There's a link in the bio of our Instagram. I don't know how else.
Did you also tweet a link?
I think I tweeted a link as well. I can tweet it again when this episode comes out. I don't know how, because I was directly invited to this one and it was my first time on Discord. So I'm not 100% on how to find it from scratch, but that's what it's called. And there are links around, and I can put a link in the description of this episode. Yeah. There was a link in the description of last week's episode, I think.
Okay, we'll publish it. We'll post it around.
Point is,
we'll try to spread it.
I would like you guys to be in the Discord chat so we can all talk to each other.
Yeah, there's a chat room for each of our favorite groups, and then the different companies, and then just generally boy groups and girl groups. I spent a significant amount of time the other day because someone in the 17 chat asked for a starter kit, a guide. I want to get into 17, and last year, I sent our dear friend Jenna a long email of okay, here's my 17 starter pack. And so I was like, oh, great, I'll just copy and paste that. But it was a year ago, and so it's a little bit outdated.
Yeah, didn't you write that letter? I think you wrote that list.
Actually,
while we were
2 years
having
ago.
No, I thought you wrote it or were writing it when we were having beers at the airport before we went to Korea last year, which was almost exactly a year ago. I feel like I remember you were writing that email in the airport bar.
I might have been, and I'm gonna look it up right now because now I need to know. Yup, April 15th. 2019.
There you go.
We were definitely at the airport, and it is a very long. But anyway, so it's a little bit outdated, but it's a good starter pack.
No, I was really surprised when I saw when you said you were going to post it in there. I was like, oh, I hope she doesn't break this thing with the amount of links that it is.
The first time I tried, I did, and it told me that you cannot post a message that is longer than 2,000 characters because it's unfair to everybody else in the group.
That's
which
very
is
fair.
Totally understandable. So I had to break it apart into a couple different things. And there's a few of the message or the links that didn't post all the way. It's fine.
Yeah. You should honestly probably quarantine project, make a public facing Google, a public Google Doc of all of them or whatever. Because that would probably be easier to share
that's
than
probably
a crazy
true.
list of links or something. But your 17 starter pack, it's legendary, and you've sent it to a lot of people. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. I did also do a Twitter thread to introduce everybody to whatever each individual member. Anyway, so these are just some of the highlights that you can find on our Discord app.
Yeah, please join it.
Yeah. But that kept me busy for a good 10 minutes.
I know.
I spent 3.5 hours the other day cleaning my floor.
That's cool, though.
Is it?
Yeah. I wish I'd have had done a single productive thing.
My closet and drawers are truly spectacular now. That I will give myself. But those things only take a few hours out of the day, and then I have a whole rest of the day to like with nothing.
Right. You know what I thought of the other day, or somebody brought up in a work chat, and I was like, oh, wow. Remember less than a month and a half ago when we were all saying how good we would do on The Circle? Like, I could be alone in a room with nothing to do. That would be great.
Sure.
but
It
I
was
don't
like a
know if it
vacation.
is.
Yeah. Well, but on the Circle, keep in mind that they have all of their food and like
Right.
fun things and like activities that are planned and prepared and delivered to them, right?
True.
Like they would get like a box of party supplies and then have a party in their
Right.
room. And they also had a rooftop with a jacuzzi that they could go to.
That's true.
So I do stand by the fact that I think I would be able to handle the Circle. But staying inside for 2 full weeks is a challenge.
I just thought that was funny because that feels like so long ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of jokes about like, has Netflix been preparing us for this so subliminally because they did the Circle and then Love is Blind.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's really wild. So on a similar note, I saw a tweet today. I want to find it exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kate Hallowell tweeted, "Are we sure that Super M wasn't a collective fever dream filled with joy and jopping?" And like, I don't know, like thinking about the
Was that really
world's-
only 2 months ago?
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that like, oh man, everything's so weird. So anyway, the point is, I just wanted to say, like, for everybody, I know that we're all around the world and that all this virus is being handled very differently in very different parts of the world. And we're unfortunately in one of the worst places to be right now. So everything's really weird and scary. And I just wanted to say that, like, whether you are holed up at home or you have to keep going to work or you have someone in your family who is like sick or unwell or whatever is going on, like, we just wanted to be here for y'all and like try to put out an episode like it's regular and normal, even though nothing is normal. So
yeah. And also with that in mind, please be aware that we did zero prepreration for this episode.
we were just wanted to talk.
We're really just checking in and saying hey.
But let's go see what's going on in the voicemail box. I bet there's at least a thing or two we could talk about in there.
Hi, Shannon and Angelica. This is Harley again. Had some questions, looking for some advice actually, for somebody who's just getting into album collecting. I've only been in K-pop for a year, and I just recently decided to start collecting physical albums. I got the Riva Festival finale by Red Velvet. I'm waiting for Luna's Hash album, 4 different versions to get to me. I have pre-ordered the upcoming NCT album, and I actually also pre-ordered a bunch of pre-debut Luna stuff that's getting reprinted. So I'm going to have like 20 albums on my doorstep soon, and I don't know what to do with all of that. I know they come with posters, so I wanted to know, do you hang up your posters? Do you keep them wrapped up? Do you have binders for your photo cards? I understand, because I think I'm going to be swimming in photo cards here soon enough. So yeah, any advice for a first-time album and physical merch collector would be awesome. Thank you, and I loved the episode 100. Looking forward to more great stuff.
Oh, thanks, Harley.
Good to hear from you again. So this voicemail is a little bit old. We haven't played it in a while, but it felt like something I knew, like an actual question I knew how to answer.
Absolutely.
So I also did not collect physical albums until many years into my K-pop life. I never had any. I preferred wearable merch and like weird things like my shiny lunchbox and like weird things that I had found
but things that you could like use.
Yeah,
you know?
like wear or show off or whatever. Yeah. But then I started buying albums. And so now I have a bunch of albums. I personally am married and live with a boy who does not like K-pop. So I don't have any posters in my home. But if we lived in a bigger house and I had my own room, there are many things that I do have that I would want to get framed. And so that would be my like first piece of advice. Again, everything's weird and who knows when you'll be able to like go out to a frame store again. But I am like I'm a huge proponent of having things professionally framed.
I agree.
Like you can take like a crummy, like just like a poster from inside a K-pop album or whatever, and if you get it like matted nice with like good glass and like a nice matching frame, like it will elevate it so much.
Totally.
So like if the question is like which I feel like it might be, where it's like I'm an adult, like I'm not a teenager and can't just tape posters all
poster
over
on
my
my
wall
wall.
anymore because I'm a grown up. So I think the first good grown up thing to do is like find the person in your town, the good discount framing store in your town. Every town has one.
Mhm.
Or if you don't, get the Joann Fabrics app and wait for the framing special coupons to show up because they do framing there too. But yeah, get things framed nice, I think is like a huge step. And then it's like art, and then it's not like a
Mhm.
poster.
Yeah, because album art is totally acceptable to like have in your home. I would also agree with that suggestion of getting things framed. I live alone and I don't have any framed posters on my wall. Mostly because all my posters have like intense creases in them.
Yeah, that's
you know?
I wonder if that's something that professional framers would be able
Can
to
you
like
get rid of that? Like, I don't
uncrease.
know.
I don't know.
But anyway, my suggestion would be to find ways or places in your home that you can display the albums themselves, even if you don't have a place to display the posters. But like I have like bookcases in my living room, and that's where I've displayed all of my albums. I have like a whole shelf of shiny stuff, which is beautiful and I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of my house. But that's really fun. I love having my albums on display in like amongst my books and all of my other little tchotchkes. And the other thing he asked about the photo cards.
Yes.
You are about to be swimming in photo cards. I can't
Mhm.
believe you bought all 4 albums, all 4 versions of that
Yeah.
album. But I personally don't have like a good I don't have a good display
Right.
of my photo cards. I have like a little envelope in a drawer that is filled with all of my photo cards. Because they're like small and I don't really know what to do with them.
Mm.
So I didn't really do anything with them.
I have, and I think for potential bonus content, because what else are we doing? Maybe we will put up, or I would like us to put up a video on our YouTube giving you a tour of how we have personally displayed our own K-pop.
Absolutely.
But my photo cards live half at my house and half in my office.
Mhm.
At my office at work, I have one of those little desk mats where there's like the little sheet. It's like a little sheet of plastic, and then you can slip things under it. So I have a giant poster of Sungkwan that I got at Choice where he's kind of small in it. There's a ton of empty space around it. So I slipped the Boo poster down at the bottom, and then all of the space where he is not, I have like photo cards arranged very nicely. So it's made like a whole mat of them, and they're under the plastic. And then at home, I have some special ones just like stuck up on my, I have a little like locker thing in my office. I have them stuck up with magnets. And then I have a couple photo cards, like my one Mino photo card. It's still in the album. It's like tucked in the album where I know that it will be safe.
Yeah.
But I think I like to look at photo cards more. I think the binders are cool. I remember they sell them at the SM store. They sell like branded ones. But you can just get a plain binder and get sheets of trading card plastic, but they make fancier K-pop-ier ones. But I feel like if I had a binder, I don't know if I would look at them enough. So I feel like I like to see my photo cards, so I just like to tack them up places as opposed to having them. But I guess if I had
so many,
triple the amount that I
Yeah.
did, that I probably would want them in a book.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have that. Like my album collection is small. Harley, I think your album collection. I know for a fact your album collection will surpass mine as soon as that delivery is made. So I don't have like an absurd number of photo cards. And the XOSC album that you got me came in this like neon yellow plastic pouch. And that is what I keep all my photo cards in.
That's cute. That's a good place to put them. Yeah, I really want to. I still haven't done it because all of my albums are currently just like in a row on a bookshelf. But I have the Hyuna Following album is like really, really big, and it doesn't fit. It falls down a lot. And my Story of Light box set also has fallen off and is like dented now, so it doesn't stand up on its own.
Oh no.
I know, it's very sad. But I want to get some of those, just those nice little like display foot things where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
set like the book up, and then maybe like have a couple that are like set up to see their fronts, and then the rest like arranged. But I don't know. I think that's the funnest part about merch is like, how do you want to display it? But
I totally agree.
I love your style of a little bit everywhere.
Oh yeah, mine is everywhere. It is literally everywhere.
I have like a corner in my
Mhm.
house because again, I share my house with someone else. So I have like
Yeah.
my K-pop corner and my desk at work is crazy. But like your house, it feels like every room there's at least like one corner where there's like a framed picture of Mina over here or a tiny 17. Like explain, but you have
Yeah, I have them everywhere. Well, because you got me those beautiful paper dolls of 17.
Yes.
So, and there's obviously 13 of them. So they're literally all over the place. They're all over my bookcase. They're in my bedroom. They're in my kitchen. They're on my desk. They're everywhere.
Mhm.
And then I have my a few different albums. I have like the Everybody album and the One of One album. I have 2 Super M albums and my XOSC album and 17 albums. My 17 album is like in my bedroom on my dresser with all my other things, with my like celebrity
your
magazine,
Mino
Mino.
magazine set up and like
And then in the living room, I have like on my bookcase and different shelves and stuff, like all my albums and the 17 dolls. And I have my little like EXO chapsticks and framed pictures of Mino buried in among all the other framed pictures of my family. It's just
Yeah.
like subtly hidden in literally every corner. Even in my bathroom, there is K-pop stuff. If you open up the mirror, then I have those little paper box
Oh, your
dolls of
EXO.
Chen and
Yeah.
Chanyeol, the lotions.
yeah. Yeah.
So they're everywhere. I love it.
Another fun thing you can do with your K-pop stuff. I'm always a proponent of crafty things.
Sure.
I feel like I might have mentioned this on the show before, but like just a roll of magnet tape, or just like some plain magnets, you can turn any photo cards or stickers or anything you have like into magnets, and then use them to hold
Yeah.
up other stuff. They sell plastic sleeve protectors for wallet size photos, which is
Yeah.
the size of a photo card that you can just slip in. If you have a bunch of posters and like, oh, they're creased and you don't want to whatever, you can cut it up and decoupage it.
True.
Cover like a hat box with like, I don't know. I love being crafty, and I know it's like people are probably recoiling at me saying like, take scissors to the things in your K-pop albums. But I don't know. I feel like I have so many things that have piled up, and I have so many like, I'm always afraid to use stickers, but like my Shiny Seasons greetings came with like sheets and sheets and sheets of stickers. And so I'm like, I should put these on something.
Yeah, I have the most beautiful set of 17 stickers. They're like the little bubble stickers.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so pretty, and I have done nothing with them because I am afraid to stick them on things. But I really want to get magnet tape, I think is the best way to go. Because I also have those like precious little shiny pins that are like of just their faces, making silly
yes.
faces.
I have those
and
on
I
my
made,
computer monitor.
Yeah, I made those into magnets. And so they're on my fridge and they're cute as fuck.
Yeah. So our advice for displaying our K-pop is go get things professionally framed.
Mhm.
Put them in as many places as you want so that you can be happy in every room that you look in.
Yeah.
If you want to get nice things like binders and display boxes, go for it. It's your collection. Like,
Yeah. You paid
Collect
good
it.
money for it. So display it and be proud.
or get crafty with things and turn your K-pop stuff into other stuff.
Yeah.
That would be my advice about collecting physical.
I think that's great
K-pop stuff.
advice, especially with photo cards. Like you can put those in snow globes. You can put them on keychains. You can put them as your phone case. You can make them into magnets. There's so many things you can do.
Totally. Yes. So that's our advice. And now I think it looks like we've got let's dig for some more questions. Here's one.
Congrats on reaching 100 episodes! Hi, I'm Ash. I love this podcast so much. I don't really have anyone I can talk to about K-pop either. Thankfully, I do have a few friends, but we don't get to talk much. This podcast has been really helpful because I'm kind of a new stan myself, even though I've been around K-pop for a while. And I love your random games at the end of the episodes. They really help in finding new artists and groups. So thank you for the recommendations, new information, and all of the tea. I do have a question though. What tips do you have in picking a bias? I'm currently trying to stand Stray Kids and ATEEZ, and I am struggling to pick a bias in both of them. Do I even need to? I feel like I should, but it's hard. Anyway, thank you guys again so much. I love you, Shannon and Angelica.
Oh, thanks,
thank you, Ash.
We love you too. Okay.
Join the Discord server and you can talk to more people.
Yes. Good plug. Okay, so when this voicemail came in, I had the immediate thought of like the thing we always say, which is that you don't pick a bias.
The wand chooses the wizard.
And your biases choose you.
Yeah.
But like to answer it more in depth, like your first question is, do I even need to?
No.
And I don't think you do need to.
I don't think so. I don't think you need to.
Let's
Let's think about the groups that we love.
Sure.
I would say, because this is not always true, or excuse me, this was not always true. I would say now I probably could pick a bias in every like group that we stand.
Yeah.
But for a really long time, groups like GOT7 or Monsta X, like groups that I really liked, but maybe wasn't like a full, like they weren't in my top 3,
Right.
you know? Like I didn't really have a bias in GOT7 until JB started growing his hair real long.
Right.
Like, so, and like Monsta X, I sort of loved them all until, I don't know, now I Shonu eventually. But like,
Right.
But I don't think you need a bias. And then there's like girl groups that I stand, like Mamamoo. I don't really have a bias for them either.
Right.
Like, so I don't think you need a bias. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but I think you don't need one.
I don't think you need one. I feel like the only times I've ever thought about it, like, it would be interesting to have one, is to bring up GOT7 again, where like, yeah, I think I think I said in the second bias episode that like gun to my head, I would like pick Jackson out of loyalty. But I think JB is my bias. But the point is that when I went to the GOT7 concert by myself a couple of years ago, I was looking at everybody with their fans or their like member specific shirts and thinking like, if I went to the merch booth right now, I don't know which boy I would choose.
Sure.
So like in those situations where maybe you're like at a concert and you need to, or you want to get one of those name stickers for your light stick or whatever, where you have to pick a favorite to display it. But other than that, I really don't think you need one. But I think they come to you, and you might have a bias in these groups and you don't realize it yet. But like of signs to look out for is like, who are you looking for? Like when you're watching videos, or like who are you excited to see on the screen? Or like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you'll feel drawn to someone more.
Yeah, I usually realize that I'm like starting to bias a person when I notice that, because I watch a ton of dance practices. So when I realize that there's one person in the dance practice that I usually watch, as opposed to like sort of sitting back and looking at the whole picture, if I find myself following an individual member, usually that member will end up being my bias. That's not always true, because like EXO, I always watch Kai, but like he's not my bias. He wasn't even my first bias. Like Jongdae was.
Right.
But he's not anymore.
Yeah.
Not even on the list. Chen.
Are you a Chen out now?
No, never. No. Oh my God, did you hear that they rented buses in his hometown?
The mail really pissed me off.
So rude. What mail?
They have been sending these like small group of weird Chen outs that are like obsessed with trying to get him to leave the group, even though he's not gonna leave the group. We're sending SM like these packages where like the box was just entirely like packaged in like photoshopped fake logos. Like it was supposed to say like FedEx or Amazon, but it says like Chen out like in that logo, like covering the boxes, like ripped up EXO albums taped on top of the box, like just sending boxes that if they didn't even open them, it was just like shown all over the front that like, this is because we want Chen out. And a lot of the netizen comments were like, how dare they send delivery workers out in the middle of a pandemic for their unnecessary bullshit.
That is a very good
Isn't
point. Like, excuse me, idiots, But get over yourselves. There's like a much, much larger problem here.
Yeah, and it's also funny that they decided to like send buses around at a time where like nobody's
No
out.
one's
People aren't
taking
supposed
the
to be
bus.
outside.
Whatever.
You dummies.
That's what
Keep wasting your money, you dummies.
Waste your money and your time, but don't involve other people in your nonsense.
It's not nice.
Anyway, the point was, you don't have to pick a bias. And I think biases take time, because like when I think about my top 3 groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shiny is the exception because Mino was immediately a bias and has always been. Like, that's never wavered. But 17, like, my first bias was DK, and it took several months to realize that my real bias was the 8. And same thing with EXO. Like, my first bias was Chen, and then a couple months later, who's Chen?
Yeah.
So sometimes these things take time. And I also feel like when you're first starting to get to know a group, especially a group that has a lot of members, it doesn't always, like, you don't know everybody yet.
Right.
You know? Like, it takes a while to learn 13 personalities.
Absolutely. And the personalities are important.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I think it's very easy for me to pick out who I think is best looking upon first glance. That's an
Yeah.
easy thing to pick. Like, who do I think is the cutest at the top?
Yeah.
But like, who is my favorite? That takes a while.
Yeah, it does. And I have found that usually the person I think is the hottest in the group is not my bias,
Oh, interesting.
with the exception of maybe Shonu.
Yeah. I mean, if you think he's the most good looking, then that's what you think.
I do. That's a personal opinion. And I think he would probably be my bias.
No,
as
I think
well.
that's
That's the only one
case.
that overlaps.
No, I think that's true.
I think.
Um,
Nope, Astro. I think Moonbin is the hottest, and
Oh,
he's definitely my
Moonbin.
bias. You guys, has everybody seen Moonbin dancing to ITZY's Wannabe? Because if you haven't, you need to pause this right now and look it up.
Yes.
It's magical.
It's so good. He's so good. When it came out,
He's
we were
so
like
beautiful!
discussing of it, and like that's such a. I feel like the topic of boys doing girl group dances is like a contentious thing that sometimes
Sure.
people like fight about, because like some boys notoriously do them in like a mocking way that like is upsetting, and then like some boys just like slay and are like so feminine and like nail the girl group
Yeah.
choreo. But Moonbin doing girl group choreo is like a whole otherworldly thing where it's like it's just Moonbin choreo now.
Yeah.
Like he's so good at moving his body, and he captures the essence of the choreography without doing like anything mocking or like overly girly. I don't know how to even describe it. He's just so good at dancing.
He is really good at dancing, but I also think that he has like a brand of sexiness that is a little bit feminine originally.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's not an overly masculine person.
No,
he's
no.
very broad and he's very like muscular, but he's not a hyper masculine guy, and
Right.
he's not a part of a hyper masculine group
True.
either. So I think he has like a very like soft sexiness to him, and especially in the way he moves.
Yes.
And so then when he does a girl group choreo, yeah, he
There's
just makes
like
it his
a
own.
sensual,
Mhm.
smooth. I always the word like the thing that Lay says all the time, like balance.
balance.
He has such good balance.
He does have really good balance.
But
and
he like
he's-
nails that crazy floor move like
Oh my God,
so
yes.
well.
He nails all of it. And this is not the first example of him like crushing a girl, female choreography. He does an excellent Sunmi 24 Hours. But yeah, he's just, he's beautiful. Thank you for blessing us with your thighs in this trying time.
I think that's an interesting segue where we could just sort of talk about if anything that we have seen and enjoyed lately, like knowing full that we've been behind on our K-pop. Moonbin put that out, and him and Sanha also did a cover of 2PM's My House for some reason.
Yes,
That's
just
fun.
for funsies.
That's worth watching as well. And then the only other thing that I've just been like fully obsessed with for, I want to say 3 weeks, but again, I don't know what time means. It might have only been like 4 days, but Jackson Wang
Oh,
put out an English song called 100 Ways. that is so fucking good.
It's so good, you guys.
It's so good. I can't believe his like singing, his like gravelly Jackson singing. It's so good. And the music video is incredibly well done. Most of it is shot in one take. It has great choreography and this like dark, romantic, historical fiction like story on top of
drama.
it. And it's all in English. And like as soon as I like finished it, I was like, is this the year where I'm going to get like actual quality English music from my K-pop stars? Because that Monsta X album was good and this is good. And like, I don't know, it feels like crossing fingers.
I mean-
Sign, can we get some good, not cringy English?
I thought
music
you
out
were
of
going to
these
say,
people?
is this the year that we get good solo Jackson music?
Oh, that too.
Because
Apparently he's been doing like I'd meant to watch it, but apparently his last two songs have also been good. But Papillon
okay.
scarred me so much that I don't.
That was what
I hadn't engaged.
I unfollowed him on Instagram when he was promoting that, and I never went back and
Oh,
followed him
no.
again because I sort of forgot. I'm sorry, Jackson. I am sorry. I will always love you.
But
And I sincerely apologize for abandoning you, but that song was really bad, okay?
mhm.
This song is really good.
It's
and everyone
really
should
good.
watch the music video. As soon as I finished it, I started it over, and then I sent it to a friend of mine who knows nothing about K-pop. But I was like, apropos of nothing, I think you'll enjoy this, and she did. She
Yeah.
was like, I did really enjoy that. That was great. The song's a bop. The music video's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I also tried to get non-K-pop people to watch it, and the one bite I got also enjoyed it very much. But that's like the only thing that I've bought besides that Omaya song from our 2000 episode that I loved so much. But
Sure.
I literally at one point this week, again, I don't know what days are anymore. I was just listening to 100 Ways on repeat. I was not listening to anything else. That was apparently the 22nd, which was some time ago.
Yeah, the only new music I have is this one, and then after we watched that EXO concert like 2 weekends ago, I bought some really old EXO songs that I forgot that I didn't have. But yeah.
I haven't listened to it much, but at the one time I watched it, I enjoyed the new Kong Daniel stuff is very good.
Oh yeah, his new stuff is super cute. He's been promoting on the music shows are really weird right now because most people are not promoting, like big names are not really promoting right now. And all of the music shows stages are in front of an empty room, like there's no crowd or no audience. So it's there's like canned applause, which is a little odd. But that being said, Kong Daniel has been promoting his newest stuff. I know one of them is called To You, and I don't remember the names of the other songs. The album is called Cyan, Cyan.
Because his hair is blue.
Yes,
To
Cyan
Jealous.
is a shade of blue.
Jealous is the other one.
Yeah, Jealous.
To You is the main single, and Jealous was the second, or the B-side or whatever.
Yeah. Jealous he had originally put out like back in November, and there are like old stages of him doing it in November with like with a real audience. But then he went on hiatus, and so he came back with his full album just recently.
Are you sure? I thought Touchin' is what he did.
Oh, Touchin', that's right. I knew there was a third one.
Yeah, so Kong Daniel is around. Other news, Joe Kwan from 2AM is out of the military.
Yes,
and the second
he
that he walked out, he put his high
is.
heels back on.
Yes, he did.
And he's been serving on his Instagram. And if you don't follow Joe Kwan already, he is Kwan_Joe on Instagram. And yeah, he did a high heel video with 1 million yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some girl in the Cube building. I couldn't find out who she was because he's at Cube. He went to Cube when 2AM all split from JYP. And there's like a TikTok trend right now that every single one of them I've seen is funny. They're all funny. Or it's like there's
the flip the switch.
the couple in the mirror. Y'all are probably young and know this, but if you don't, it's like a couple stands in a mirror and they like dance for a second. And then they turn off the lights, and when the lights come back on, they've swapped clothes and they just dance for like quick second and then it ends. So it's a lot of boyfriends in like mini dresses and bikinis and stuff, and everybody
Right.
has a good laugh. Joe Kwan did one of these with some girl in the Cube building where he was in his military uniform and she's in like a girly school outfit, and then they switch and then he dances for a long time in the girl, like against format. He dances for a very long time in the girl outfit. But that was the first thing he did when he walked out of the military, and I gotta respect it.
Absolutely. I love Joe Kwan.
And also something to look forward to this week, him and our sweet Woo Young will be on Knowing Brothers this week.
Oh my God, I can't wait. That little trailer looked so fun. And I miss
him
Woo Young
so much.
So much.
I miss him so much I can barely stand it. So that's like a very exciting thing to look forward to, that I'll get to see and hear from him a little bit, because I've missed him. I have missed my buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Things are weird in Idol World. Like, the one thing that I've gathered is that a lot of celebrities keep getting in trouble if they post pictures of them outside without masks on, or if they post vacation pictures and don't clarify that they're old.
That they're old. Yeah.
I read some article about how like certain companies were like seizing their artist Instagrams because they like don't want people posting things that will get like the public angry at them.
Yeah, people were getting really mad at Chanyeol the other day because that video came, because he's going to be in High Cut magazine, the like April issue.
Yeah.
He did a photo shoot for them, and they like just recently put out a video of like behind the scenes photos or whatever of him in Bali. But remember when we saw those pictures a while ago of him like in the ocean in a very nice shirt, and it was like, did he just like run out there and this poor just said like fuck the stylist? But that's from that photo shoot, and that was like months ago.
Right.
So people were getting all mad about like, I shouldn't be traveling, but like that was shot a while ago. Everyone calm down.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody's performing for reals. All the concerts are postponed or canceled altogether. I'm glad they finally did it, but BTS finally like
officially
said that the stadium tour is not happening, because I don't know, people were holding out, hoping that it would.
Yeah, and people have been doing cool stuff though, like Monsta X and G Idol and someone else whose name I can't remember did like a V Live.
Or the
concert.
Twitch
charity
concert
last night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all cool.
That's pretty neat.
And I mean, speaking of Monsta X, news that we haven't been able to talk about, Wonho has been cleared on all of his drug charges.
Yes, Wonho is cleared. Starship has shown support for him being cleared, but like obviously nothing official has been stated as far as him.
Things have been weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, because after he was cleared, all 7 of them went to dinner and people took pictures of it and spread them all over Twitter. So then people in the fan cafe were furious, and Hyungwon apologized to everyone
For having dinner with him?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I don't know. My hopes are neutral at the moment. I think it'd be really hella cool and brave of Starship if they put him back in, but like I'm not so sure. But I mean, the fact that they're all still speaking and going to dinner together, though, it's like, that's huge.
Sure, I love
know plenty
that.
of groups that have lost members and they literally never talk to them again.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they're at least all still buds.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, that's fun for sure. And like Chuan is back.
Yes, Juhan is back. He's actually back, and he like
Yeah.
released videos and stuff to be like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm fine." So that's good and heartwarming. It seems like things might be ticking up back into the positive in Mom Bebe world. So that's always good. And I'm just happy for Wonho that he's been cleared.
Yes, I'm happy for that
an
too.
allegation that seemed so flimsy that it was nuts that anyone took it seriously in the first place.
It's truly unfortunate that he had to go through all of that, but at least he's been, found innocent on all accounts, and that Chuan is feeling better now. Similar news, but this happened a while ago. Coops from 17 is also no longer on his health hiatus. So they came out with the Japanese single Fallen Flower the other day, which is beautiful. The music video is absolutely gorgeous. The8 starts it and my heart melted into 1,000 pieces. And then he and Hoshi do a very incredible dance where they're all chained up. And I just really want to see the dance version of this very quickly.
Full confession, I still have not watched it. I haven't watched it because I was like, there's a new 17 Japanese thing and everyone, I haven't watched it yet.
Pull it up right now. But so full disclosure, regarding Coops's hiatus, he is absolutely cut into this music video, and in the full dance sequences, there's a stand-in for him.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So it's like really choppy.
Whoa, those shirts. Such texture. I mean, I see that now that you're saying it. I can see that he's an insert, like, now that you've told me that. But it's not so
It's not
bad.
so obvious.
Oh my god, Flower Band-Aid. That is
Yes.
a Luke.
Also, thorn hands, I don't like.
Oh, no. I don't like when people have stuff growing out of it. Like when people have like trees growing out of them and shit. It freaks me the fuck out.
It will happen again later.
No!
And I apologize.
No!
I love the lightning going through his sweater.
So much falling. Oh, cool. Who is this man's?
It's so beautiful. Look at that perfect hair.
It's so fluffy on his face.
Right under the cheekbones. That's the perfect length.
For a drama bang.
Yeah.
Dramatico. That was cool. No. They all look so like silky and suit jamas-y.
I know. And they're like pretty little floral patterns.
I love the flower. The shirt that Josh has on is like the prettiest color palette.
Yeah.
Wow, 17.
Fallen
Amazing.
flower.
Well, is there any other things you can think of or K-pop or things you want to get off your chest before we play a random game?
Probably. But I can't think of them now.
Oh, one last piece of good news that I was proud of. I've never participated in a last minute streaming party before, but Mino's I'm Home celebrated its
Oh,
1 year anniversary
yeah.
this week, and the Shawwalls wanted to try to get it to 2 million views before it reached a year, and
And
we did it.
Yes, we sure did. I
And that was
listen to
fun.
that song almost 5 days a week because it's my alarm, and I've never gotten tired of it once.
And he wrote us a letter yesterday, and it was all like, "Stop being worried about me. I'm worried about you. Like, I promised I would be healthy. Don't forget, I'll always be healthy. I'm a Marine." I'm like, and he was like, "I want to tell you about what I've been doing, but I can't tell you because it's a secret." And he included a new picture because he got like a promotion. So he got a new like military headshot, and he looks so serious. And the haircut does not look good on him. And I don't
No.
even care.
The haircut does not look good on him. It
doesn't.
makes him look a little egghead. He's just a cutie patootie. And I
That's
read that
okay.
he's like constantly ranked in like the top 3 of the Marines just because he always does his best.
Yeah. He always does
And
his
I
best.
guess we can take some of that energy with us and try to do our best in these trying times.
Seriously, y'all, it's all that we can do.
Mhm.
My motto lately is like 1 hour at a time. And like, I know that doesn't sound great, but like, I don't know. Everything is changing so fast and in such a crazy way that I feel like I can't plan for anything.
Mhm.
I don't know how much longer this will go on, or if this is just life now, or if we'll all be dead in 2 weeks. Like, I truly don't know. So I just try to take it an hour at a time, give myself credit. Like, you're doing fine. You're still here. You're gonna be all right. Even if you didn't do anything productive, or like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of pressure for people to like take up a new hobby right now,
Mhm.
or like make sure, and like, you don't have to. Shit's weird, and we're all like as a world experiencing a trauma all at the same
Yeah.
time, and shit is crazy, and you don't have to. I wish that I'm saying this for me, because I had like big dreams of like, I'm gonna actually study my Korean regularly like a good girl, because
Mhm.
what's my excuse? And I haven't been able to do it because I just need to stare at the ceiling or scroll my phone. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. We're all just trying to cope.
We're all just trying to cope. And I think that however you are taking care of yourself, let that be enough for yourself. Like, there's no reason to add additional pressure to, I don't know, do something spectacular with all this quote unquote extra time, because for one, like you said, like, this is a traumatic event for everyone that has never been experienced on this kind of scale. So there's really no way of predicting how it will go. And also, like, quote unquote extra time. A lot of people working from home, like, I know as a teacher working from home is not easier. Like, it is significantly more challenging to plan and prepare lessons to be taught through a video than it is to like be able to go into the classroom and just work from the book or whatever. But yeah, so like there's having to work from home does not necessarily mean that your job is easier or that your life is easier or that things are less stressful just because you happen to be at home. So no pressure, you guys.
Yeah, give yourselves
yourselves a
doing
break.
fine. And if you are finding good, productive things to do, or like you've started a fun K-pop project, or you learn to dance, or you're teaching a dance to your kids who are stuck at home with you now, or like if you are doing fun projects, like share them with us. I know our like friend K Heart Cuties has been like drawing lots of good stuff, and several people have tweeted us about like, I swear I'm gonna learn a dance now. Like, so if
Yeah.
you are actually committed to learning a cool thing during quarantine, that's awesome. Please share it with us if you want to.
Yes,
but if you're
please
not
do.
doing anything and you're just staring at the ceiling in existential dread, you're also fine.
You are also valid. You may also share that with us if you would like.
Sure.
And just, as a natural plug, the Discord app
Yes.
has a channel for safe space.
It does.
So if you are staring at the ceiling in existential dread, there's a place for you.
Yeah.
On our Discord app.
Great extra plug. So it was nice to come here and be slightly normal for a day. And so to keep it normal, we'll be right back with a random game. All right, we're back. And this week we got a boy group called NSonic.
Mm-hmm. N-Sonic.
They debuted in 2011.
Yes, with an EP called We Are Superboys under C2K Entertainment. And they originally had 5 members. And according to their Wikipedia, it says that they were never very successful in Korea and that the majority of their promotions were in Japan and in China. And they seemed to have pretty moderate success in Japan and China. They did a lot of promotions there, and throughout their career, at least in China, they won like 5 different awards. So they were pretty popular there.
But it all gets very weird at the end.
Yes.
Like you said, they started out with 5. They lost people and switched people. Lost and added 4 new members at a point. So they were a 6-member group.
Yes.
At the end.
Before their total disbandment, 3 of the original lineup had like left at different points, and 4 new members had been added.
Right. But this is the wildest part, is that in 2016, they had been promoting overseas like they always did. And the group came back to Korea, and then, quote unquote, all the members went missing.
Yeah.
Like they fully ghosted their company, disappeared. And then the company had to chase them down and sue them.
Yeah, the company had to cancel like all kinds of broadcasts and scheduling. They couldn't get in touch with any of the members. So like you said, eventually they sued them for breach of contract and for like financial hardship. They also claimed...
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say they also claimed that the disappearance of the members had negatively impacted like juniors at the company that were preparing to debut because of like a reputation issue, blah, blah, blah. But
they lost. The company lost.
Yeah, the company lost. The court ruled in favor of the members of the group. So they didn't have to pay any compensation, and they were released from their contract.
And the one member who publicly wrote on Instagram said, "Truth and justice will prevail."
And that is the last time that anyone's really heard from them, because the group disbanded. So they were from 2011 to their official disbandment was 2017, because the court case took about a year. But yeah, overall they put out like 6 EPs and 8 singles. No, 3 EPs. 8 singles?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 singles total in their whole career. So their most watched music video is their debut music video at 500,000 views.
Okay.
And it's called Superboy. So let's check this out. NSonic, Superboy.
Okay, we're in like a boiler room. There's
Drama.
steam and pipes. Ooh.
We are ready for takeoff.
Oh dear.
Oh, tank tops.
Guns out. No sun, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's very dark, but there are guns out at the moment. Okay, so these are the original 5.
Yeah. Wow,
Chest
look at that
tattoo.
deep V.
Bounce. Let's go. Hey boys, 일어나. Watch up and it's beaten.
Okay.
Ooh. This is an interesting sound.
Say sweet 이제는 breakdown. 오늘은 party day. Say yes. 오늘은 doing day. 너희가 superboy. Hey boy, take me, oh. 이제는 깨워줘, 깨져.
Okay, yeah, this is not what I was expecting this song to sound like.
Me either. I don't dislike it.
Yeah, we haven't described other than the tank tops, but they do have like a kind of mid-level or mid-career 2 p.m. thing going on where they all have like hair spiked towards the middle, and they're wearing like black tank tops with like chain belts and little shoulder embellishments and like hats with teeth.
Yeah, and they're kind of wearing like they have 2 different costumes. Look at
these
these gold.
wild.
Oh my god. Their second costumes, they're wearing these like black button-ups with these insane gold embellishments. But otherwise, they're like supposed to be the, I guess, workers of the spoiler room because they're wearing like the jumpsuits. But they have them folded down at the waist so they can have their guns out. That must be a real chest tattoo.
Yeah, because it's very consistent.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem the aesthetic of this video for them
No.
to have fake tattoos.
Hey boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, they're all shirtless.
And now it's
Whoa!
soaking wet.
Whoa! That is a woman's tank top. You
Yes.
can tell me, you cannot tell me different.
Oh my god.
Whoa! This is Shinhwa in the attic. Why are they all wearing women's tank tops? Okay, this just got very Magic Mike.
Yes. It's absolutely pouring rain on them, and then
They're all
dancing
shirtless.
Uncut with them like shirtless and like pulling the levers in the.
Oh,
now the rain's
my
falling backwards.
god.
It's also weird because only like two of these guys are like very tan and abs.
I
and the
was
rest
just gonna
of them
say they are not consistently jacked, and you would think that if they knew this was gonna happen, they would have put them all in the gym. But
Oh my god, this is crazy.
wow,
They're like absolutely soaking.
oh
wet.
my god, this is insane. And they're doing like a little like pop and lock robot dance. Oh my goodness. It is too funny to me when every member of the boy group is shirtless.
Because they then look so naked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, I think that's what it is. They just look so naked when
Yeah.
it's all five of them.
Because it's just, that's like a lot of chest to have at once, like have 5 of them. Yeah, that was really crazy. That was a turn I was not expecting.
There was a lot about that I was not expecting. I didn't expect the like low register, like whisper singing.
Yeah, and there was high stuff.
And
it
then-
was I thought it was
yeah.
going to be like very, because I feel like a lot of the time when there's a random game boy group we haven't heard of, it's like a very same like knockoff of like tough rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this
Yeah.
was not. That's what I thought it was going to be when it started, but it was like much more like singing.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a little angstier because of the steam and the boiler room
The
aesthetic.
steam.
But it was not.
Well, that was Ensonic, the group that ghosted their company.
But came out on top.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right. This is the part where we usually do weekly recommendations, but truly my only recommendation this week is like join our Discord, come talk to us, take care of your goddamn self.
And watch Jackson's 100 Ways.
Watch Jackson's 100 Ways
And Moonbin.
and watch Moonbin. Yeah, everything that we said today, we
And
meant
17.
it. We've also been posting the links to basically everything that we talked about today are in a channel on the Discord because this is what
100%.
we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what we're up to between episodes and what we're watching and talking about, and you want to talk to other listeners, like truly, it's a great place. It's easy to use. Trust me on this one. They are not paying me, so trust me on this one.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's
And-
also nice. It's a nice option because I know a lot of our listeners, like, they don't have a Twitter or they, like, maybe only follow us on Instagram or something. And, like, Twitter can be a headache sometimes, and Discord is a nice way. It's like a nice, safe place.
Yeah, because it's just for us and our sweet mods, our listener mods who made it are watching it carefully in case any weird trolls try to slip in and post nudes in the general channel,
yeah, which already
already
happened.
happened. But they shut it down so fast. And that's what I love them for.
That's what they're there for. Thank you, ladies. Or gentlemen. I
I
don't
believe
know
it
who
is a
you
lady
are.
and a gentleman, but
Well,
not
thank
assuming.
you, friends.
I thank you, friends. So that's that. If you want to find us, our Discord, the link will be in this episode description. It's in this Instagram bio. I've posted it on Twitter, AMA K-pop pod. I don't know if you can search Discords, but it has our logo. You know what we look like. AMA K-pop pod on Twitter and Instagram. Ask me about K-pop. the podcast on YouTube. We'll make a video of our K-pop collections like we talked about today. So we'll show them off on the YouTube channel, hopefully at some point this week. What are our other places? Our phone number, 181-AMA-K-pop-5. If you want to leave a voicemail. If you're international and don't want to pay for it, you can record a voice memo on your phone and email it, and we'll play it like it's a voicemail. No one has to know. Is that all of our places? amakpoppod@gmail.com. I think that's all our places.
What did we say? We said Twitter and Instagram. We said Discord. We have a YouTube. AMA K-pop on Spotify. We have playlists for every episode. Not one for this one, obviously, because we don't need one.
No, but I don't know if we
But-
shouted it out hard enough because it wasn't done yet. But the two-part 2000s episode, there is a full, beautiful playlist on our YouTube channel of everything that we talked about
Yes.
and a few extra
and a few
bonus
extras.
things.
That episode will not have a Spotify playlist, just an FYI. Like if you're looking to have a Spotify playlist of all of those old songs, those songs are hard to find on Spotify, and I am too anal to have an incomplete list.
Right.
So I will not make one. So that episode won't have a Spotify playlist, but it does have a YouTube playlist.
But yeah, pro tip if you are a Apple Music buyer or Apple Music subscriber, the vast majority of the things in the 2000 episode are available per purchase on iTunes, but they're not
There you go.
on.
Grab that,
Spotify.
Omaya.
Yeah, that's truly the greatest purchase. That and 100 things.
100 ways.
100 ways. 100 Jacksons. 100 whatever.
100 Jacksons.
100
That would be
Jacksons.
way too many
Too
Jacksons.
many.
One Jackson is so much energy already.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back next week with a deep dive that I'm so excited to do. I can't even tell you. So hopefully we're all still here. You can listen to that next week. I love you. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Jonghyun, your inspiration.